In today's explainer, we're unpacking a massive macroeconomic shift that is taking place right now in the global tech ecosystem. For a long time, we've understood how crucial the Indian IT services sector is. I mean, we're not just talking about a technology provider here. This is a fundamental pillar driving nearly 8% of India's entire GDP. But recently, a real shockwave has hit the market, sending ripples through financial projections and causing some serious anxieties for traditional tech giants. We are looking at what seems to be a trillion-dollar collision course between the creators of cutting-edge artificial intelligence and the established masters of enterprise software. You've probably seen the sensational headlines. They paint this picture of sleek, modern monoliths like OpenAI and Anthropic looming directly over the established stalwarts of the Indian IT sector. Companies like Infosys, TCS, Wipro, HCL, Tech Mahindra, and Cognizant. This dynamic perfectly captures the narrative out there right now, that these AI powerhouses are going to just automate away the need for traditional IT services, causing spreadsheet projections for these legacy companies to absolutely crash. The fear is palpable. When companies like OpenAI release tools that can seemingly code, analyze, and build entirely on their own, people naturally wonder if the sun is setting on the traditional software as a service or SaaS giants. Okay, let's dive into this. Is this perceived existential threat actually real? Is the AI boom a death sentence for Indian IT? Well, it's easy to look at a tool like Claude or ChatGPT and just assume that entire layers of enterprise IT are about to be wiped off the map. But in this explainer, we are going to break down the hidden mechanics behind the panic. We're going to look at the actual data and the recent strategic moves made by these AI companies to show you exactly why the surface-level narrative is missing the absolute most critical part of the economic equation. Section 1. The AI service threat. We need to explore exactly how these AI titans are seemingly taking a direct swing at the SaaS market that Indian IT companies have completely dominated for decades. The panic really hit a fever pitch just recently when OpenAI partnered with several financial firms to create an entirely new entity called the Deployment Company. Now, this is through and through a SaaS company. And not to be outdone, Anthropic made a nearly identical move, partnering with large financial institutions, including BlackRock, to create a SaaS firm aimed at accelerating AI adoption for mid-sized companies. On paper, it looks like OpenAI and Anthropic are stepping out of their research labs and trying to do the exact job historically owned by TCS and Infosys, which is going into a company and setting up the technology for them. The perception out there is dramatic. Screaming headlines claim Anthropic and OpenAI are bypassing the middlemen and competing directly with TCS and Infosys. But the counterintuitive economic reality is quite different. By starting their own service companies, these AI giants are actually providing a massive validation of the Indian IT business model. They're implicitly admitting that simply handing a company a powerful AI model just isn't enough. The service model isn't dead at all. It's so vital that the AI creators are realizing they desperately need it to survive. Section 2. The integration bottleneck. We really need to understand why this aggressive push into this SaaS space actually highlights a massive structural bottleneck for AI companies. Let's anchor the economic argument with this incredibly insightful quote from Vishal Sarohi, the co-founder of Island Computing. He points out that the last mile is still the hard work. This is the work Indian IT has been doing for 2 decades. You see, pure AI models, no matter how intelligent or capable they are, cannot bypass the complex, often messy reality of enterprise integration. Building a brilliant AI in a lab is one thing, but getting it to talk to a 15-year-old proprietary database at a global logistics firm, that is an entirely different beast. What Vishal means are the grueling integration realities. We're talking about connecting AI to legacy systems of record, managing the human element of change management within a massive, slow-moving corporation, passing rigorous months-long security reviews, deploying within highly regulated industries like healthcare and banking, and, of course, maintaining those operating systems over time as the AI continuously evolves. This is the unglamorous, heavy-lifting labor. It's the gritty, highly complex pipeline work that Indian IT performs every single day to make new technology actually functional and safe for global businesses. AI companies just don't have this infrastructure, and building it from scratch is agonizingly slow. Section 3. A blessing in disguise. We are now seeing the strategic reality of the market unfold, revealing exactly why the AI giants getting their hands dirty in the SaaS world is actually a huge win for traditional IT. The crucial point is summarized perfectly by Ashish Tandon, the CEO of IndusFAS. He notes, enterprises don't want tools, they want outcomes, and outcomes need service wrapped around the technology. This is the fundamental truth of enterprise tech. A Fortune 500 company doesn't want to just buy an AI model. They want to buy lower customer churn or faster supply chain logistics. AI companies build the tools, but to get paid for those outcomes, OpenAI and Anthropic are literally forced to rely on the very service wrapping model they were supposedly going to destroy. Ultimately, Anthropic and OpenAI entering the SaaS space proves that adoption services are completely indispensable. The fears of the traditional IT service sector disintegrating overnight were vastly overblown. The AI creators themselves have realized they desperately need the adoption pipeline. They are essentially waving a giant flag saying, we can't do this alone. The raw technology just isn't enough. Section 4. Expanding the economic pie. For our Econo-Sight viewers tracking the macroeconomic scale, this is where the sheer size of this technological revolution becomes crystal clear. Millions. That is the number of companies worldwide, large and small, that need AI integrated into their systems in the shortest possible time just to remain competitive. Even with OpenAI's new deployment company or Anthropic's partnership with BlackRock, there is absolutely zero chance these two entities can service millions of global enterprises simultaneously. The economic pie is vastly larger than what the AI creators could ever capture on their own. The demand for integration is surging so fast that it guarantees traditional SaaS experts like TCS and Infosys are going to have more work than they know what to do with. Let's look at how this builds into an actionable strategy. Sumit Marawaha, Managing Director of Ahead India, provides a really critical caveat here. He says, SaaS companies that redesign their products around AI-native workflows and agentic experiences are likely to see more demand, not less. While the pie is rapidly expanding, Indian IT firms can't just sit back and offer the exact same services they did 5 years ago. To capture this surging demand, they must evolve their offerings. They have to stop standing still and actively redesign their integration services to support these new agentic AI systems. Section 5. The Evolving IT Future. Now we are going to look at the real-world market maneuvers taking place right now that absolutely prove this new paradigm. If you still think this is a zero-sum war, well, the real-world data proves otherwise. The supposed competitors are already deeply intertwined partners. Anthropic has inked a major deal with Infosys specifically to roll out agentic AI for regulated industries, directly leveraging Infosys' expertise in navigating corporate red tape. Meanwhile, OpenAI has similar arrangements with both TCS and Infosys to help integrate its coding agent, Codex, into the complex systems of their client companies. They aren't trying to destroy the Indian IT sector. They're actively partnering with it because it validates the long-term future and profitability of their own AI tech. We are really looking at the two massive pillars of the new digital economy. On one side, Anthropic and OpenAI bring unprecedented model capability. But on the other side, Infosys and TCS bring integration depth and decades of long-term client trust. Cloud or ChatGPT might be brilliant, paradigm-shifting pieces of software, but they are practically useless to a risk-averse enterprise without the trust, security, and integration bridge built by Indian IT. The capabilities rely entirely on the trust to actually reach the market. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question to ponder regarding the long-term investment reality of this massive paradigm shift. Will AI natively disrupt the enterprise from the inside out, or will Indian IT build the inescapable, highly profitable bridge that allows that AI to cross over in the first place?